Okay, what if I told you that most people are learning to code completely backwards? Seriously, there's a way to learn faster than pretty much everyone else. And get this, actually have fun while you're doing it. Let's dive in, because we're going to skip all that frustrating stuff and get right to building cool things.
You know the feeling, right? You've been there, you get all hyped up, you start a new tutorial, you're taking pages and notes like it's a final exam, and then what? You're just stuck, staring at a screen full of error messages, and you haven't actually built anything real. It feels like you're going nowhere.
Well, there is a much better way. The secret isn't about finding the perfect tutorial or memorizing more theory. Nope. The real secret is to just flip the whole learning process on its head. It's time to stop being a student and start being a builder.
So first up, let's talk about the biggest roadblock for almost every single beginner. I like to call it the tutorial trap. And trust me, understanding what it is the first crucial step to getting out of it.
Okay, so here's the big mistake everyone makes. We're trained by school to treat everything like history or biology. We try to memorize facts, variables, loops, functions, but coding isn't a textbook subject you can just memorize. It's a skill, it's a craft, it's something you do.
And this really shows the two paths you can take. You've got the textbook method on one side, you watch, you try to memorize, and then you forget it all because you're not actually using it for anything. But then you have the builder method. You try to do something, you fail, you fix it, and in that messy process, that's where you actually understand it. It's passive learning versus active creation.
It really is the perfect analogy. Imagine trying to become a chef just by reading cookbooks. You might know all the theory in the world, but you'd have zero clue how to actually make a decent meal. Coding is the exact same thing. You've got to get your hands dirty. So if that old way is so broken, what's the fix? Well, it's a totally different way of thinking. A new philosophy I call the project-first mindset.
And this is the core idea right here. It's so simple, but it changes everything. Instead of learning so that you can eventually build something, you build something in order to learn. The project isn't the test at the end of the class. The project is the classroom.
Let me tell you a quick story that shows this perfectly. Back in high school, me and my friends built this encrypted messaging app. Really, it was just a super janky Python script that would scramble our messages. We'd send them back and forth on WhatsApp like we were secret agents. Was the code any good? Oh, absolutely not. It was a disaster. But that one messy, broken project taught us more than 100 hours of tutorials ever could have, because we had no choice but to figure things out for ourselves.
Okay, so the mindset makes sense, right? But how do you actually do it? Let's break it down into a really simple two-step process. You start small, and then you go big.
These are the two keys to the whole thing. First, you take every single new concept you learn and you apply it right away. No exceptions. And second, you push yourself to build something that's just a little bit out of your reach.
So what does apply immediately actually look like? Say you just learned the print function. Don't just print "Hello World." That's boring. Make it print a ridiculous story. Just figured out what lists are? Awesome. Pause the video right now and go build a super basic to-do list app. The goal here is to make the gap between learning a thing and doing a thing practically zero.
Now, a question I get all the time is, which language should I learn? And honestly, the most important thing is to just pick one and get started. If you're really not sure, here's a quick guide. Python is amazing because you can do almost anything with it. Apps, games, AI, the whole shebang. JavaScript is the language of the web, so it's a must for that. My advice, if you're stuck, just start with Python. But please, please don't spend weeks debating this. Picking a language is not the real work.
All right, now for part two. Once you've got a couple of basic concepts down, loops, functions, that kind of stuff, it's time to get ambitious. Don't build another calculator app. Think bigger. Do you want to make a game? A bot that spams your friends with memes? A website dedicated to your dog? Awesome. Go do it.
And this is where the magic happens. Because as soon as you start that big, ambitious project, you're going to hit a wall. Hard. You will feel completely and totally lost. And that is not a sign that you're failing. That is the entire point. That feeling of, I have no idea what I'm doing, that's what forces you to actually learn. The struggle is the real teacher.
Now, just because you're struggling doesn't mean you're on your own. In fact, you have some insanely powerful allies you can use, as long as you know how to use them the right way.
Let's talk about AI. Tools like ChatGPT can be your absolute best friend or your worst enemy. The key is to use it like a tutor, not a crutch. Ask it to explain a concept you're stuck on, or help you find a bug in your code. But if you just copy and paste its answers without understanding what any of it does, you're only cheating yourself. You learn nothing, and you'll be lost the second you have to solve a problem on your own.
And don't forget about actual people. Coding can feel lonely sometimes, but it really doesn't have to be. Go find a community. Join a Discord server. I mean, back in high school, my friends and I would literally just roast each other's terrible code. And you know what? We all got so much better because of it. Having people to share the struggle with is unbelievably powerful.
Okay, let's wrap this all up with what might just be the most important piece of the puzzle. It's time to learn how to embrace the mess and completely change how you think about failure.
I absolutely love this because it is 100% true. Your first projects are going to be chaotic, messy, and probably super inefficient. And that is totally, completely okay. Every single developer on the planet started right there. Every error message, every bug, every hour you spend frustrated on Google, that's a step forward.
This is the thing to remember. If your code just works perfectly the first time you write it, you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. Those moments where everything breaks, those are the exact moments where you are actually learning and growing.
Because once you get through all that mess, you realize something pretty amazing. Coding isn't just another skill to put on a resume. It's a superpower. It is the literal ability to take an idea that is stuck in your brain and turn it into something real that people can actually use.
So just forget about waiting until you feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. The real question isn't if you can learn to do this, but what cool thing are you going to create? A game? A website? A bot that tweets out terrible jokes? Pick something that actually sounds fun to you and go start building it. Today.